Consider the operational tempo. If a missile were launched from Iranian territory towards Israeli airspace, detection systems would activate almost instantly. Interceptors would be calculated and launched within seconds. The decision to retaliate would move up the command chain rapidly. If Israeli aircraft conducted deep strike operations, Iranian air defenses would respond within moments. Escalation would not be theoretical. It would be mechanical, automated, layered, reactive. This is the architecture of modern warfare. But the battlefield today extends far beyond airspace. Cyber operations have quietly intensified. Logistics networks experience probing. Satellite communications undergo intermittent disruption. Financial systems operate under elevated monitoring protocols. These are not catastrophic strikes. They are calibrated demonstrations of capability. Strategic messaging through controlled interference, because both sides understand a critical reality. Once certain thresholds are crossed, escalation becomes difficult to contain. Now, widen the lens. The Strait of Hormuz remains one of the most strategically sensitive maritime corridors in the world. A substantial percentage of global energy shipments pass through its narrow waters. Even limited disruption could reverberate through energy markets within hours. Oil prices would respond immediately. Shipping insurance premiums would rise sharply. Energy importing economies would feel pressure almost overnight. Semiconductor supply chains, already strained, could experience secondary shocks. Aviation routes may adjust. International shipping schedules could reroute. Financial markets tend to react before diplomatic negotiations even begin. In modern geopolitics, escalation spreads economically faster than it spreads militarily. And yet, despite all visible tension, no formal declaration of war has been issued. Mainland strikes have not occurred. Full mobilization has not been declared. Alliance defense treaties have not been activated in open conflict. For now. But escalation builds momentum through structure. Assets already deployed are easier to use than to withdraw. Rules already hardened are more difficult to soften. Narratives already inflamed are more difficult to calm. Modern war rarely erupts from chaos. It evolves from systems interacting under sustained stress, layered, measured, rational, until rational calculation collides with irreversible consequence. At this moment, Tehran, Tel Aviv, and Washington remain locked in strategic observation, testing resolve, testing thresholds, testing each other's interpretation of risk. The world does not watch for dramatic explosions. It watches for subtle shifts, a repositioned carrier group, an airbase reinforced, a missile battery moved into hardened shelter, a hotline activated between defense ministries, a carefully worded statement adjusted. Because in high-level military competition, the smallest movement can signal the largest change. The next 72 hours will not simply reflect military capability. They will reveal whether strategic restraint outweighs strategic momentum, whether deterrence architecture remains credible, or whether history records another conflict that began not with certainty, but with ambiguity. For now, the systems remain loaded, the defenses remain active, the calculations continue, and the region waits, as does the world.